Thanks for joining us this weekend. After spending the last several years without enough staff to cover every shift, the Golden Valley Police Department has finally bolstered its ranks. As I found out, it took a combination of incentives and advancement opportunities to help rebuild that department. As recently as a couple of years ago, Golden Valley was down to 5 sworn officers, even though they were budgeted for 31. To help fill that void, they contracted with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, as well as an outside firm to help with investigative work. But now Golden Valley officials say they're finally at a point where they can handle everything on their own.
To be in a space better than what it was when I came in the door in 2022 it is a lot more comfortable to be in.
Golden Valley Police Chief Virgil Green came into the department during a crisis period, with retirements, people leaving the profession, and internal issues.
There was a lot of people, even in the law enforcement industry, telling people, don't go to Golden Valley. They're going to fold. Hennepin County is going to take them over.
Yet instead of folding, they slowly but surely added to their ranks. The department is budgeted for 31 sworn officers, and they're now at 15. Chief Green says that now mostly allows Golden Valley officers to cover the day shift rather than Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies. This happened in part due to $10,000 bonuses offered to help lure officers from other departments.
That is our office on wheels.
Andrew Tolbert came to Golden Valley in April.
So I was an officer in Brooklyn Park, and there was an opportunity here for some sergeant openings. So I decided that was best for me at the time and made the jump over here.
These are all the things that we have to go through to make sure that it's flight ready.
But it's not just lateral officers joining.
Really anything that you need an extra set of eyes that's not ground level, this works for.
Abby Gerhardson became a sworn officer a year and a half ago after initially serving as a community service officer for the city.
We can use it to look for that. We can use it to look for missing people.
Now she's one of the officers working the day shift. And she's also authorized to fly the department's drone.
Everybody's morale is, I saw it when it was kind of in the dumps, and it's just not like that anymore.
Meanwhile, Chief Green hopes to be able to cover the day shift entirely with Golden Valley officers by the end of October.
The community has been very supportive while we have been going through this transition.
Meanwhile, the city of Osseo plans to hire 2 new police officers next year. The decision comes as Chief Shane Michelson says the profession deals with serious retention issues.
The reason these people are leaving is that they don't want to be cops anymore. And we saw a huge rush after George Floyd, and then since then we've started to see with PTSD and some of these other issues that we're having mental health-wise that officers are leaving. Well, when they leave, they don't want to come back.
The city's 2025 budget calls for 1 new officer in April and another in July. The chief's goal is to have 2 officers on patrol per every shift. He says one of the main reasons officers left the city in previous years is because they were on duty alone and didn't have backup. He also says it's next to impossible to find part-time officers like the city used to rely on.
The problem with part-time is it's non-union. Okay, and what does our county attorney think of police officers right now? Let's just lay that run right out there. Who wants to come work in Hennepin County without a union behind them and have to maybe use their gun?
The chief says Osseo is also seeing an increase in calls. He points out it's surrounded by 2 suburbs with high call volumes. The Plymouth Elementary School earned a prestigious honor for student achievement. Oakwood Elementary School was named a 2024 National Blue Ribbon School. It was one of only 7 schools in the state and just over 350 in the country to be recognized. The honor highlights schools that either excel in academic performance or make significant strides in closing achievement gaps. Oakwood is one of the smaller elementary schools in the Wayzata district with an enrollment of just over 450 students. This month is Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month, and we're spotlighting a remarkable recovery close to home. Emily Haugen takes us to Courage Kenny in Golden Valley for a story of perseverance.
There's nothing like the bond between a girl and her horse.
I just love them. I love everything about them.
Jen Kelly can attest to that, with a lifelong passion that started in her childhood.
Every Saturday morning I took a riding lesson and I went on a trail ride, and that was the absolute high point of my week every week.
But one day in 2020, when horseback riding, the horse got spooked and Jen fell.
What I knew is that I couldn't move my arms or legs, but what I didn't know at that moment is that I had fractured 3 vertebrae in my neck and crushed my spinal cord.
Jen was rushed to the hospital and had work scheduled right away. There, she learned she was paralyzed, neck down.
My questions, of course, were two. First, when can I ride again? And the second one was, will I walk again? And those were undetermined for a while.
She went into her long recovery armed with optimism.
So we'll see if kind of doing both sides, that helps a little bit more.
She said that and her loved ones and care team kept her going.
It was really important to me to be a good steward of their care and support.
And again, contract.
Jen began working with Dr. Mandy Durazmi at Courage County Rehabilitation Institute in Golden Valley.
She's put a tremendous amount of work in, both physical, mental, emotional, and leg work.
She underwent therapies in and out of the institute, and after years of hard work, she was walking again.
Hers has been exceptional. I have many patients who aren't able to walk again. So the fact that she's been able to progress so well has been wonderful to be a part of and watch.
Okay.
But also a little unusual.
Here we are, walking down the hall.
And getting back to what she loves most, including riding her horse.
This journey has been a culmination of hundreds of yay moments along the way. And so each one of those has been a milestone for me.
There's still milestones ahead, but for Jen, every step is everything.
That is Emily Haugen reporting. Jen says she's thrilled to be out in the community and caring for her horses in her recovery.
John Rundquist began coaching the Osseo High School cross-country program 15 years ago. And along the way, more and more of his family has become involved. And this fall, there are 7 running Rundquists. Osseo boys cross-country coach John Rundquist said he had a dream, more of a daydream, while as a student sitting in a middle school classroom in Waseca.
Back then I knew, coaching was something I really wanted to do. And you know what? If it happened that my kids would come around and join me in that, all the better.
Now 35 years later or so, it has come true. John is coaching his 2 sons, senior Quinlan and junior Raleigh, while freshman Natty and 7th grader Elsa are part of the Orioles girls team. Youngest daughter Caroline, a 6th grader, runs in the middle school program and comes to cheer on her older siblings on race days.
It's fun cheering them on, all of them. I cheer for everybody.
And Celeste Rundquist, John's wife and mom to the 5 kids, plays a big part too. This year as an assistant coach for the middle schoolers, while at other times just doing what's needed for the team.
Keep going!
Administratively, I run errands a lot. I'm kind of the team errand runner. And then just helping out in whatever ways I can for John and just giving him a hand. I just enjoy being around the team. And selfishly, I get to be with my kids every day too, so I kind of like being where everybody is.
Quinlan is the oldest, and right now the most accomplished of the group as a runner. The senior's 4th place finish at the recent GRIAC Invitational helped Osseo win the Gold Division title. But his role as big brother and mentor to his younger siblings is just as important.
I'm more just the supporter and setting the example and the standard of what a good Rundquist student athlete looks like. Then they kind of just follow along. I was kind of the gerbil. Whatever I did, I was the first one to do it, and then if it went well, they just follow me.
Raleigh is next in line. The high school junior says it's not hard at all having his father as the Orioles head coach.
It's a lot easier to go to your dad for something than to maybe a coach you don't really know very well. And I think the relationship is much stronger, and I can go to him with stuff within the sport and outside of the sport at practice, and I really like it.
Coach? Dad? Which is it?
I used to call him coach, and then my teammates would be like, just call him dad. It's weird that you call him coach, so I call him dad now.
I don't even know what they call me anymore. Cycled around. It used to be Papa, it used to be Coach. That's awkward. Dad, sure.
7th grader Elsa is already a varsity level runner for the Orioles and is enjoying this extended family time away from home.
It's really cool. It's a fun experience as a 7th grader being on varsity, and also just having my family here as well cheering me on.
It's so special to be able to do it with our whole family, from our oldest down to our youngest, who at least gets to be around for practice and come to everything with us. It's really special to see our kids embracing the sport and making it their own.
Natty loves hanging out with her friends in cross country, but breaks from the rest of the Rundquist for her actual love of running.
Running is not the easiest, and it's not one of my favorite things to do. Nordic skiing is more my sport, but I use cross country to help train me for Nordic because it's very similar.
While it's certainly hectic at times, the Rundquist wouldn't have it any other way. And with Quinlan now less than a year away from college, the end for this shared Rundquist family experience is coming near.
Time's going by fast. We get one chance to do this, and I'm thankful that the family, hey, let's do this together. When I was in middle school or junior high daydreaming about, what I would like to see in life, I'd say, well done, John. Well done.
John was named Class 3A Coach of the Year in Minnesota for cross country in 2023. The Osseo boys and girls next meet is coming up Thursday at the Victoria Lions Invitational at Gale Woods Farm. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.